Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Jag, and today's class we're going to continue with our grade 9 content, and the topic is the equation of a line in the standard form. So first off, I'm going to write out the standard form on the board so everyone can see it. It's ax plus by, okay, and then plus c equals to 0. Okay, right beside it I'm going to put the standard form. And the other most important form is basically the slope-intercept form, or it's also known as the y-intercept form of a line, which is y equals mx plus b, okay? And again, this is a really important formula, and the equation of the line is actually used all the time, okay? So what do these variables represent, okay? If you're looking at the value of m, this is the slope, and in one of the last videos we did go through how to calculate the slope using the formula of a slope, which is again y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And if you don't remember how to calculate the slope using the formula, I would make sure that I check out that video because that is very important. And the second variable in this equation is going to be the b value. All right, and this represents basically the y-intercept, okay, of the line. And this is really important. You're using the slope-intercept form when you're graphing out the line. And in the next video, we're going to cover how to graph the line using the slope-intercept form. All right, with that, let's go into the textbook and we're going to try an example here. So I'm going to just take this off, okay? And let's try this example. I'm going to write the equation on the board. Okay, so it's x plus y minus 3 equals 0, okay? So again, they're giving you the standard form of the line, okay? And the question says, I'm going to just read it out loud. Express each equation in the form y equals mx plus b and identify its slope and y-intercept. Okay, now if you're looking at the standard form of the equation, I cannot just come up with the slope and the y-intercept by looking at this. I have to make sure I'm changing it into the slope-intercept form. Okay, so it's kind of like you're just isolating for y. Wherever the y is, just keep it on the left side. I'm not going to move it, okay? And we're going to do all the questions in this manner so you don't get confused with the signs, okay? What I'm going to do is take the x over to the other side. You can see on the left side, it is positive. On the right side, it's going to be negative, so minus x, okay? Then you're going to take the negative 3 to the other side, and it becomes positive 3. So I can see that I'm just taking all the variables to the other side. Every time you go across the equal sign, make sure you're changing the sign. Okay, so this is my slope-intercept form right here. Okay, I just need to identify what the slope is. So I'm going to put m equals negative 1. Okay, and whatever the slope is what the number that is in front of the x. Okay, that's what the slope represents. And I'm looking at the y-intercept. Okay, is going to be the other number that doesn't have the variable. Okay, so the y-intercept is equal to positive 3. Make sure you're taking the sign in front all the time, okay, whether it's for the slope or for the y-intercept. All right, so if there are no questions, let's try one more example here. So I'm going to take this off one more time. Okay, let's try an example where there's actually a value in front of the y, okay, to make it just a little bit complicated. So x plus 2y minus 4 equals 0, okay? One more time, I'm going to keep whatever the y is along with the number in front, keep it on one side. So 2y equals, I'm going to take everything else to the other side. So we're going to move the x over, okay? It's positive on the left side. On the right side, it's going to be negative. So negative x, like that. And take the negative 4 over to the other side, and it becomes positive 4. Okay, so far I have 2y equals negative x plus 4. Okay, now I want to make sure that the y is by itself. I'm going to divide everything by 2. Okay, and the reason that I have to divide everything by 2 is that this is an equation, okay? And if I divide just the left side by 2 and not the right side, the equation is not going to be equal on both sides. All right, so we're dividing it by 2. I'm going to cross the 2 over, or cross it out here. So I'm left with y equals, okay, negative 1/2 x. And then I'm going to do 4 divided by 2, which is 2. And this is my final answer for the slope-intercept form. Okay, I always like to make sure I'm boxing my final answer. And it's not just for myself, it's also so the teacher can see what your final answer is. Okay, so in the slope-intercept form, I'm going to write m, which represents the slope. It's whatever is in front of the x. In front of the x here is -1/2. That's my slope. Okay, and the y-intercept, one more time, is just a number that's by itself. And we can see that it is +2. Okay, again, take the sign that is in front of the number. And that is my x-intercept. Okay, and so that's all you need to do basically. Okay, the teacher will give you the equations in the standard form. I have to change it into the slope-intercept form, and how I do that is by just isolating for the variable of y. Okay, once you change it into the slope-intercept form, I know right away what the slope is, as well as what the y-intercept is as well, which will help me in terms of just graphing this line. And again, I cannot look at just the standard form of the equation and come up with the slope and y-intercept. Okay, and the reason for that is basically you might look at the signs and you might mix up the signs as well. Okay, so always do it like this and make sure you're showing all your steps as well. Alright, so if there are no questions, that brings this video to an end. Thank you for watching. Make sure you're subscribing to the channel and smash on the like button below. And I will see everyone next time. Bye!